once you can get to space and unlock the power constraint, and you can now do hundreds of gigawatts per year of power in space. Again, bearing in mind that average power usage in the US is 500 gigawatts. So if you're launching, say, 200 gigawatts a year to space, you're sort of lapping the US every 2.5 years. All US electricity production, this is a very huge amount. But between now and then, the constraint for server side compute, concentrated compute, will be electricity. My guess is that we start hitting people start getting to the point where they can't turn the chips on for large clusters towards the end of this year. The chips are going to be piling up and won't be able to be turned on. Now, for edge compute, it's a different story. So for Tesla, the AI5 chip is going into our Optimus robot, optimistic, and so if you have an AI edge compute, that's distributed power. Now the power is distributed over a large area. It's not concentrated, and if you can charge at night, you can actually use the grid much more effectively, because the actual peak power production in the US is over 1,000 gigawatts, but the average power usage, because the day-night cycle, is 500. So if you can charge at night, there's an incremental 500 gigawatts that you can generate, at night. So that's why Tesla for edge compute is not constrained, and we can make a lot of chips to make very large number of robots and cars. But if you try to concentrate that compute, you're going to have a lot of trouble turning it on.
What I find remarkable about the SpaceX business is the end goal is to get to Mars, but you keep finding ways on the way there to keep generating incremental revenue to get to the next stage and the next stage. So the Falcon 9 is Starlink. Like, you find these sort of infinitely elastic, sort of marginal use cases of your next rocket and your next rocket and the next scale up.
You can see how this might seem like a simulation to me. Or am I someone's avatar in a video game or something? Because it's like what are the odds that all these crazy things would be happening? I mean, rockets and chips and robots and space, solar power, and not to mention the mass driver on the moon. I really want to see that. You can imagine some mass driver that's just going shoom, shoom, it's like sending solar powered AI satellites into space, one after another, at 2.5 kilometers per second. That's and just shooting them into deep space. That would be a sight to see. I'd watch that.
Just like a live stream of
just one after another, just shooting
the webcam.
AI satellites in deep space. 1 billion or 10 billion tons a year.
And sorry, you manufacture the satellites on the moon?
Yeah.
I see. So you send the raw materials to the moon and then manufacture them there, and then.
The lunar soil is I guess 20% solar, 20% silicon or something like that. So you can get the silicon from you can mine the silicon on the moon, refine it, and generate and create the solar panels, or the solar cells and the radiators on the moon.
Yeah.
So make the radiators out of aluminum. So there's plenty of silicon and aluminum on the moon to make the cells and the radiators. The chips you could send from Earth because they're pretty light.